Alright guys, back again with another video on the RSX. In this video we are going to be installing a wing, some fog lights. The wheels are already on here. These are just some Sparco Terras with winter tires on there, so got that installed so I can daily drive it in obviously this really nice weather. But yeah, we got some fog lights right here. And I got a Type S replica wing in the trunk of the car, so we will be installing that. In the last video, we were chasing a P1259, which is the VTEC System malfunction, something like that. And we were chasing the, I don't remember where it is, I'll put it up in the screen. But we were chasing those two faults, and since that last video, I fixed one of them and the other one fixed itself, and I'll show you what I did. So to fix that VTEC issue, P1259, this is your VTEC solenoid, and then right back here, that right there, the one unplugged right here, is your VTEC oil pressure switch. And to do this bypass repair, if you have this issue, is this wire you want to, I was trying to you know, just expose the copper so I could tap into it, but my crimping tool actually ended up splitting the wire. So what I did was I got another wire and I just extended it so that's easier to work with, because it's very short and it's kind of a pain to work with. So I've got these T-taps. How I like to use these T-taps is I like to split the wire, expose a little bit of copper, and then put the T-tap in so that the T-tap doesn't have to cut through the insulation to get to it. So it guarantees like a good connection, you know. So that's how I do it, and I know it's going to be a solid bypass. I don't want to deal with the soldering because, you know, it's pretty cramped space right here, so don't want to deal with that, don't want to get burned. I know this is going to be a good fix. It's been a good fix so far. It's been about 500 miles. The power wire of the VTEC solenoid, which is this green, I think it's green and black or green and yellow. You want to just tap it into this it's like blue and black. You don't cut this side, you just unplug it. You could cut it, but in the future, in case you do want to do it the right way, don't cut it. Same thing here, split this insulation so that you could get a proper connection with this. Just crimp it down, then obviously there'll be a wire that runs off of that crimper or this electrical thing. It runs over and it connects to this side, you know. So then I think how it works is when the ECU senses that it's at the correct RPM, it sends a voltage signal to this green wire, which allows oil to bypass into the VTEC cams. And in order for it to actually operate VTEC without throwing a check engine light, is this oil pressure switch has to see enough oil pressure and then send a 12-volt signal to the ECU, and whenever it hits VTEC, it gets that 12-volt signal. The car is happy. No more check engine light. And then this intake manifold runner control thing, vacuum actuated. You can see right here is vacuum actuated. And it's got this, you can see this plug, it's got this potentiometer right here, and this thing kind of just rotates back and forth in there. And I've noticed that on warm days, the check engine light goes away, and then on the cold days the check engine light comes back on. So I think the only real fix is to take this apart and clean it or replace it completely, which I'm not going to do because this is just a cheap daily driver. So I'm not going to do that. It's not affecting the MPGs too much, or if at all, so I'm not going to worry about that. Just let the check engine light do its thing. Whenever it's happy, it'll go off. Whenever it's not happy, it'll turn on. It's not the end of the world. But it's just a tube with those holes, and it just rotates and goes in and out, and just controls and directs airflow. As you can see, it's got these long runners, and then it's got short runners hiding in here somewhere. It fixed itself, so I'm not complaining about it. So yeah, now let's get on to the fun stuff. Let's do some fog lights, do the wing. While we're at it, I'm just gonna go ahead and swap out these bulbs. The low beams on the headlights, they are already LED, but they are super dim. You can barely see the road. So hopefully these ones, they are got them off of Amazon, Fit Motors. Apparently they are like 20,000 lumens. I don't know how accurate that is, but yeah, hopefully they light up the road. All right, so this is the LED light that I pulled out of the low beam, and you can see this is the one, the new one. So I believe this one is going to have a lot better light output compared to this cheap one. We'll see though. Here's a before and after. This is the old one. This is the new one, and it is extremely bright. Night and day difference. Hopefully I don't blind oncoming traffic too much, but man, that is a significant difference. Fog lights are installed, and they look okay. Fitment's not great, eBay special, so it hugs the top really tight, and the bottom has a gap, and then I just have the Phillips screws just drilling through the plastic, plenty secure. And then they include this weird bracket that I installed on the back because this kind of flops out. So I installed it on this side and wedged it against the bumper, tightened it down, and nice and secure. So I'll show you how I got it set up. Basically right now, if I flip this, the lights come on. I got seat warmers right here, so I didn't want to run the switch in here. And I know that every time I have my parking lights on, I'm gonna want my fog lights on, you know, just because it looks cool that way. So why run a separate switch for it when I'm just gonna turn right on anyways? But yeah, let me go ahead and show you guys how I did it. So I need to do a little bit of wiring management, but it's not too bad. It's just kind of chilling right here. This is for the LED lights, so that's its own thing. It's just the relay right here, and the fuse is chilling right here. But the parking light. So this is the parking light. Basically power wire and ground wire, and I've tapped into the power wire obviously. So how this relay is set up, it's got a couple of power wires and a ground wire, which the ground shares. There's two grounds going to the same terminal, two power wires going to this terminal, and then one power wire going here. I don't know exactly which is which, like where this one comes from, where it goes, or where whatever. But I've seen someone else on YouTube, what they did was instead of connecting this power wire to the battery or to like a nice 12-volt source, they connected it to this, which is fine. But the issue with that is that this is a pretty low amperage circuit. So if you connect it to, because these are your main power and ground wires for your fog lights, and once the relay kicks in, it's going to send voltage through these for your fog lights. That's where you're going to get power and ground. So if you go through here, it's a low amperage circuit, so your fog lights are either going to be very dim or it's going to melt some wires. And if you look at them, they are about the same size gauge wire, but just to be safe, I would not run it that way. So the kit comes, it has, I want to say, 4 wires that needs to be connected. You got power for the fog lights, ground for the fog lights. You got a blue signal wire for the switch, and then I have them tucked in here, but you can kind of see it. You got a red wire for power, and then another black wire in here somewhere for the switch. And so there's red, black is in here somewhere. So with these wires, these go to your switch. I snipped off the connector, but these go to the switch, which you would have to route either through your firewall or, you know, do some sketchy stuff. But the power and ground wire off of this harness does not need to be connected. If you want your switch to light up, you know, when you turn on your parking lights and you want your switch to light up so you know where to find it, or so it looks cool when it's inside your car, then you would hook up those two, but you don't need those two. All you really need is the blue wire, and this is going to be your signal wire. It's going to send the power signal to the relay, energize it, flip the switch inside the relay, and then it's going to send power to your fog lights. So literally I only connected 3 wires: blue wire, ground, and power. Alright, let's check how these lights are. First click, fog lights, and those are pretty good already, even before with the low beams on. I don't think I was able to see the road this clearly. No check engine light still, but yeah, let's check out this low beam. That is some light. But yeah, let's go for a quick test drive. If I'm being completely honest, I think these lights are a little bit high. I think people are just being nice and not high beaming me, but if I'm being completely honest, yeah, you can see like my neighbor's house is just signs are just lit up like Christmas trees, you know, just a little bit too high. These lights are very, very, very high. Like, just the fog lights are plenty bright enough, you know. And then with these on, man, very good light output, but just a little bit too high in my opinion, so I might adjust it down a little bit. But let's go ahead and get that wing installed and make this car look a lot better. Alright, here it is, all the pieces and hardware. Came with some scratches. It's really nice, but Yeah, it has these two inserts right here. Then it has these brackets. I'm assuming those bolt on to the they probably bolt on right here most likely. Yep. And then from there they are bolted to these three holes through those holes right there, but only the outer two. This center one will be bolted with the cap to fully cover it up, so that should be easy. I think the hard part is going to be figuring out where the holes are going to be. I think it might be these two spots, but I don't know yet, so we'll figure it out. Man, oh man, that looks good. It's a paint matched wing too, so I don't have to do any painting. And I would also say the fitment is pretty decent for being a replica. I don't have any complaints as of right now. Let me block this light. There we go. Yeah, installation is super simple. Install those brackets. You can kind of see the heads of the bolts in between. Bolt those brackets onto the stands and then set the blade on there. Bolt the blade down, 2 screws, and then the center one is for this cap to seal it all. Super simple. Probably like a 30-minute install. Holes were the holes I talked about. They look like spot welds, but they were pretty much just provisions for the drill holes. So I lined them up. I realized that they matched up pretty much directly, so I didn't even measure anything out. Just took a step bit and drilled up to the second one, the second step, which is just a little bit bigger than like an M6 bolt, and then deburred it top and bottom with that third step. Not all the way through, but just like, you know, deburred it because I drilled it from the bottom, because I didn't want to, obviously there's no provisions on the top, so I drilled it through the bottom, so the top had a bunch of burrs. So I just went in from the top, drilled down, and, you know, kind of walked it around, deburred all the edges. Yep, very simple install, and it's pretty sturdy too. Like there's no shaking. Like, yeah, that's good. That's a good, pretty good quality fitment. So yeah, maybe I'll show you guys a walk around in the next video, because I keep ending these videos at night. You know, I gotta work in the morning and then try to get some stuff done at night, so. But man, she's looking good. Just needs a lip kit now. So maybe now that the wing is installed, we might have to get a lip kit now. But all in all, still under $2,000 for this whole car. So wheels, wings included. I'm not complaining at all. But anyways, thanks for sticking around, guys. Thanks for joining another video. This will be it for this video, and in the next video maybe we will throw on a lip and some side skirts, but that probably won't be until closer to spring. But yeah, thanks for sticking around, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.